From the Anthony L. Sarno Jr. football field in Stoughton, Massachusetts, you are watching Stoughton High School football on Stoughton Media Access. And good evening, everybody. My name is Steve Vecchione, and welcome to Stoughton High School football. It's my pleasure to be bringing you the play-by-play tonight. Two teams last week that had big offensive performances. Stoughton defeating Franklin on the road 58-19, led by Ryan Sullivan, the senior running back who had 4 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Marshfield with a 47-7 win over Cranston West. So this should be a really tough test for Stoughton tonight in their home opener. It is my pleasure to be joined tonight by Dan Snyder. No, not the Washington owner, but Stoughton class of 2010. Dan, should be a fun night tonight.
It should be, Steve. It's great to be back in the hometown where I went to school, and I'm anxious to see a good ball game tonight between two teams that you said had great offensive performances last week. Anxious to see how that's going to translate to this night. Marshfield always brings a strong program. We see that time and time again, year after year. Stoughton starting to build up their program again. I'm really excited for a good ball game tonight.
Should be a lot of fun. Could be a lot of points. Stay tuned. Stoughton versus Marshfield. And the captains are now coming out to midfield for the coin toss. We'll see who wins the opening coin toss and who will get the ball first here from Anthony L. Sarno Jr. football field in Stoughton. A beautiful evening, Dan.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous evening. Couldn't ask for much better on a late September day. Anxious to see some good football here. The captains shaking hands, a good gesture of sportsmanship before what should be a great ball game.
We've got two legendary coaches going head-to-head tonight, Coach Greg Burke of Stoughton and Coach Lou Silva of Marshfield.
Yeah, anytime you hear Stoughton football, the name Greg Burke automatically comes to mind. I mean, he was the star coach when I was playing, when I was a part of the school, when my brother was a part of the school. Greg Burke just always seems to insert himself in football greatness here at Stoughton High.
It'll be interesting to see if we get a lot of points put on the board tonight. Both teams really looked good offensively last week.
Sure, one thing that Marshfield does bring to the table, they brought a strong offense, but limiting to Cranston to what was 7 points last week, or limited amount of offensive scoring opportunities. See if Stoughton can prevail on the offensive side of the football.
It's a little windy here tonight. I'm guessing we're not going to see a lot of passing tonight. We didn't last week from either team. There should be a lot of running plays. Both teams run wing T offenses and use a lot of misdirection.
Sure, we saw Stoughton last week against Franklin with 454 yards on the ground, so they're going to bring a strong running attack to this game. And you're right, with the wind, anxious to see how field goals are going to be affected. High school football, a lot of two-point conversions can also be scored.
So it appears that Stoughton has won the coin toss and has deferred. Marshfield has deferred, and Stoughton will be receiving the opening kickoff. Just to clarify.
Greg Burke taking the ever so popular Bill Belichick mentality into the coin toss, deferring. Always wondered that type of strategy as what goes through a coach's head when he tells his captain what to do in the coin toss.
So last week, Stoughton got off to a 14-0 lead quickly, and they can only hope for such good fortune tonight against a very difficult test in Marshfield.
Yeah, they brought the scoring last week against Franklin very quickly, but Marshfield also did as well, scoring 20 points in their opening quarter against Cranston. So we'll see who comes out with the hotter offense and who can bring the defense to stop that offense.
And now everybody getting ready for our national anthem.
That's a great tribute to this nation's great game.
Stoughton High School.
One thing Stoughton High known for is their prolific band over the years, winning countless awards over time, and another beautiful rendition right now.
So we're momentarily going to have the opening kickoff here on a windy but gorgeous evening here at Stoughton High School. Now, for those who may not know, Stoughton has moved from the Division III Southwest to the Division II South. So this is a new look realignment for Stoughton, and it should be interesting to see how the standings play out. Stoughton considered a favorite in the Division II South and ranked number 25 in the state.
Sure, a lot of different movement going along. What was the Hawk division, and Stoughton moving, Marshfield moving to a new division as well. You like to see what type of rankings will come about those movements, not to mention the type of rivalries that will also come across those movements. We saw last year Stoughton falling to Marshfield, and nothing short of a blowout, for lack of a better word. So we'll see if Stoughton can reignite the fire here after that win last week against Franklin.
And Nick Hardy getting set to take the kickoff. Hardy fields it at around the 15, up the gut, down, now goes to the right side and is brought down around the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Stoughton at the, we'll call it around the 30. We'll see where they mark it exactly. Keep an eye on the 3 running backs for Stoughton. Number 3, Justin Lee, the 5'11", 170-pound junior who had 137 yards last week. Ryan Sullivan, 10 carries, 153 yards, 4 touchdowns, and Izon Swain Price, who had a big game with 2 touchdowns. A lot of misdirection. Dave Salucci, the quarterback, replacing Jake Gibb for Stoughton. And the first play from scrimmage, up the middle, and a flag down immediately.
Yeah, we saw last week after the game Ryan Sullivan referring to that 3-headed monster they have in the backfield with Swain Price, Lee, Sullivan, sort of Swain Price and Sullivan on the outside, Justin Lee up the middle. We'll see if they can bring that balanced running attack.
Holding on Stoughton, so they're going to be up against it immediately on this drive. This will be a 1st down and 20 at the 19-yard line.
It's important to establish a running game earlier on in the ball game. It's also important to limit your mistakes and not put yourselves in too much of a hole. Marshfield can bring a very, very quick scoring attack, and you're not giving them any favors if you're giving them more favors if you're limiting yourself to offense.
And of course, last week Stoughton got off to a great start with a score early. So now it's 1st down and 20 at the 19-yard line. In motion is Swain Price. Now they pass off to the near sideline. A nice gain by Marcellus Cox.
Yeah, we'll see if this becomes a trend for Stoughton's offense. You know they're going to bring a running attack. Maybe they start to incorporate some quick screen passes as well, moving along this ball game, keep Marshfield on their toes.
Salucci only threw 4 times last week for 60 yards, 4 for 4. Very important that he manages the offense as the quarterback. And again, we'll see a lot of motion from Stoughton. 2nd and 10. This is Hardy. Brought down a short game. So now it'll be 3rd and long.
So good offense thus far from Stoughton. If you take out that quick holding call they had on the very first play, they have good offense, but the net offense not as great with the penalty.
5 seniors on that offensive line for Stoughton, and Coach Burke is huge on line play. He really emphasizes the offensive and defensive lines. He was quick to credit the offensive line last week for much of the success last week. And with 5 seniors, they have a real chance to do serious work on offense. They now have a 3rd and 11 at their own 28. That was a loss of 1 on that last play. So this is a passing down for Salucci. In trouble. And he's going to go down. They're not going to get a 1st down. This will force a punt.
No, good job by Salucci there, securing the ball. You see those 3rd and long situations. You're going to need a lot of time back in the pocket to look downfield for those passing plays. Good job of him to hold on to the ball and limit the turnover.
So now, Stoughton will be punting on 4th and 12 at their own 28. And Marshfield should get pretty good field position for their opening drive.
This will be Paul Feeney back to punt for Stoughton.
And Mike Catanasso back along with Brendan Ward. Pretty good punt.
Take it down now.
And really good coverage.
A very good punt there by Feeney and excellent coverage to limit the yards on the return.
That was big. It appeared that, Marshfield had an opportunity to have the ball near midfield, but right now they're going to start from their own 37. First down and 10 for Marshfield.
Now, anytime you can push your opponent back further into his own territory, you're going to have success on defense. We'll see what that translates now for Stoughton.
Jackson Finney, the sophomore quarterback for Marshfield, as they fumble the ball on the first play. It's loose, and they kept possession.
Just as I was talking about from Stoughton's first possession, giving themselves a quick holding call, Marshfield almost doing the same thing, almost giving the ball right back to Stoughton.
So really off the top, we've seen both offenses not do what they were doing last week, which was basically dominating.
Yeah, they're going to come in with a game plan very similar to what they had done successfully in their previous game, maybe coming out with a little bit too much fire.
We'll call it the 38-yard line, second down and 10. Jake Parise to the left, and a beautiful tackle by Andrew Iverson.
Oh, great job in pursuit there, recognizing the ball, who's carrying the ball. This option can be very difficult to read most of the time. Very good job identifying the ball carrier and taking him down quickly.
Ball at the 34. Third down and long. Passing down here, screen pass. This hurt Stoughton last week, but they do a nice job.
Greg Burke not letting his defense fall victim to the screen pass yet again. We saw Franklin with success on that last week, not letting it happen again this week.
So that'll set up a punting situation for Marshfield. So these two strong offenses both punting on their first series of downs. So Stoughton will get the ball back with Ryan Sullivan and Swain Price back to receive the punt. This will be Sullivan. Up the middle. Good game.
Good run back by Sullivan there, getting their offense started again. Had a lane to the outside, but chose to go up the middle. Maybe he saw something different.
So once again, Stoughton brings out its three-headed monster, as I believe you put it, running game.
Yeah, the three-headed monster with Sullivan, Swain Price, and Lee. See if they can get that running attack going again. And for the record, that was not my quote. That was Ryan Sullivan, who had designated themselves the three-headed monster.
Well, let's see if he gets the ball here then. He does. I think he hands it to Swain Price up the middle. A little misdirection and trickery there, but didn't gain much.
Yeah, wondering if they're going to keep going with this almost triple option-esque attack. You have multiple carriers in the backfield who can do multiple jobs.
Second and 10 at the 42. So the Marshfield defense not falling for that play. Both teams run wing T offenses, which is simple football, but it can cause a lot of havoc for the defense if run properly and executed properly.
Sure, a lot of misdirection can be involved in a lot of different ways the ball can go.
Swain Price in motion, they fake it to him, over the middle, caught by Sullivan, to the 30, to the 20, fourth down inside the 5.
Well, we had mentioned earlier that Sullivan can bring a lot on the running game, succeed in the passing game as well.
That was a beautiful pass.
No, that was a great throw and catch right there, and we're going to see if they can go with this.
55 yards from Salucci to Sullivan, who did a lot of good running on that.
Yeah, Salucci with a great ball in there. You got to throw it where only your receiver can catch it, and he hit the spot right on the money.
First and goal. Let's see what they come up with here from the 3-yard line. And not a whole lot there.
No, you get that dog pile right on the goal line. You just need to be the bigger person there and push your way through.
So this is where Stoughton will rely on its 5 seniors on the offensive line. A little bit of power football here inside the 5.
Yeah, they're going to need to get a good push right on the line of scrimmage upon the snap of the ball. And we'll see if Lee here, if he's in the huddle, he can push it right up the middle. He has the power to do it.
They mark it at the 1. It's 2nd down and goal from the 1. Stoughton looking to take the lead in its home opener. Salucci. Up the middle. Quarterback sneak. And it does not appear he is in. 3rd and goal.
No, you gotta wonder how close he is getting to that goal line. It's very difficult to see inside the pile.
Marshfield coming up big on the first 2 plays. So let's see, maybe if they try to go outside a little bit, up the middle hasn't worked too well at this point.
No, we're going to see if they can push it on the outside, but I don't know. I think Greg Burke has faith in his offensive line to get the job done and pushes through the middle.
Well, that would seem to fit his personality. He believes in tough football and line play.
Very much so.
But they've had some good misdirection, I would say, so far too today. With some passing.
Yes, I also want to see if they're going to keep with that passing game. I mean, one good play thus far. Let's see what they can do here.
Looks like a power package here on 3rd down and goal from the 1. Up the middle. And that is a touchdown for Justin Lee. His 2nd touchdown of the season, and that puts Stoughton up 6-0.
Justin Lee, that power back that they've been wanting this whole season now.
So Stoughton stuck with the game plan inside the 5. They were going with the power plays, and it worked finally on 3rd and goal.
Yep, Greg put the faith in his offensive line to get the job done, and they got the push forward that they needed.
So Josh Kochi is the new place kicker now for Stoughton. He's going to try the extra point. They had trouble with this last week. Kick is up, and it is good.
Oh, that kick was beautiful, right down the middle, what they need.
6 plays, 58 yards, 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Stoughton 7, Marshfield nothing, with 3:37 to go here in Stoughton. So now Stoughton will be kicking off to Marshfield, who finds itself in an unfamiliar position, trailing 7-0. Now last year these 2 teams played, and it was 31-6 Marshfield at the in the early stages of the season. The game was 24-0 at halftime. Marshfield and Stoughton never really was in the game last year with Jake Gibb, their senior quarterback, injured. Salucci did start that game, but they really were never in it. And now the tables are turned somewhat. They get off to a 7-0 lead here tonight on their home field.
Yeah, Salucci finding himself in somewhat unfamiliar territory last year, getting his first start while Jake was out. Gets a year of experience under his belt, comes back this year, saw him throw a great ball there to Sullivan halfway through the drive.
And now the kickoff. Fielded. And now a flag is thrown.
I think we're going to see a hold there on Evan Gibb, bringing his defender down to the ground, away from the ball there.
So we'll see where Marshfield starts from. They started from around the 35-yard line on its last possession. But they didn't really do much with their first series. And a holding on Marshfield. So they're going to be pushed back to the 24-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Marshfield, led by Jackson Finney, the quarterback. They've got some prolific running backs. Christian Friedel, number 2, he had 5 carries last week for 76 yards. Neil Parry, the senior captain, 6 carries, 72 yards. They have a really good ground game. Finney to Parry. Parry gets a good gain of about 6 over the 30.
Right, knowing that Marshfield runs this wing T offense, which is a very high-powered running game, but down early and deep in their own territory. Let's see if they go to the pass here. A little more of a passing game to generate some offense.
Finney threw 6 times last week. This is Parry. Good game. And that'll be a 1st down for Marshfield. First down and 10 for Marshfield at their own 39.
Yeah, much like Greg Burke, Lou Silva on the other side, sticking to his game plan, going with the ground game.
On first and 10, they work the left side. And a short gain there. Jack McNeil with the carry.
It's going to be very important for Stoughton here to dominate not only on the offensive line of scrimmage, but on the defensive line of scrimmage as well.
Second and 10 on the 39. No gain on that play.
The best way to limit a run offense is to generate some early pressure.
All right, we'll call it the 41. They go up the middle. Short gain, not much. Good gang tackling there.
Very good gang tackling there. Very important, as I just mentioned, to get a good push on the line of scrimmage. And even if they get past that first level, linebackers doing a good job gang tackling and limiting to maybe 3 or 4 yards of carry.
All right, we'll call it at the 43. Third and 4. Finney to pass. Incomplete. So that'll bring up fourth down, and Stoughton will get the ball back, leading 7-0.
That's very good stop there for Stoughton, getting a good score going the other way. Now on the defensive side, very important to get the ball back, put the ball back in the hands of your offense, who's already proven that they can move the ball downfield with success.
2:02 left in the first quarter. 11-minute quarters in Massachusetts high school football. Swain, Price, and Sullivan back. Beautiful punt. There's Sullivan. He moves to his right. Big yardage here again. Cuts back. Oh, and he takes a hard hit.
Again, great blocking there by Stoughton, giving a lane for Sullivan to go through. And you're right there, a very, very big hit at the end of the play.
25 yards on that return. 1:47 to go in the first quarter. Stoughton 7 and Marshfield 0. Stoughton with the ball and a chance to go up 2 scores as they did last week at Franklin. First and 10. In motion was Hardy, he got it, and gained only a couple. Second down, and we'll call it 8.
I want to see right now if Greg Burke will start to slow this game down a little bit. You know that Marshfield can put up points quickly. You want to see if he's trying to slow the game down, keep the ball in his possession, and limit Marshfield from those explosive offensive opportunities.
One thing we do know, they're inclined to throw the ball today. It's second down and 9 on their own 43. Swain Price. Oh, and he takes a hard hit after a gain of 3 or 4.
No, he had a good lane there, but Marshfield, again, doing a good job, similar to what Stoughton did, limiting the plays to maybe 3 or 4 yards of carry right now. Once they get past that first level, the second level coming up and making good plays.
So this will set up a passing situation. Ball placed down at the 46-yard line. Third down and 6. They need to get to the other side of the 50 down to the 48. Clock running down under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Stoughton. Passing down now, like quarterback draw. Salucci looks like he has the first down or is very close to it. Nice running there.
Yeah, very good misdirection there. And we see now that the ref is pointing for the first down, so Salucci did just enough there to move the chains.
So a little bit of deception there, passing down, and they go with the quarterback draw.
Yeah, obvious passing down there, but a good job by Brian Carew sending Salucci out there with the designed QB draw.
And that should run out the clock here in the first quarter. The score at the end of the first quarter is Stoughton 7 and Marshfield 0. So a really strong beginning to the game for Stoughton. Looking good on the second drive with that long possession that resulted in a touchdown. And they've done a nice job defensively on a pretty good offense by Marshfield.
Yeah, Stoughton doing a great job. Came out a little shaky early. We saw the quick 3 and out. A little bit of ball security issue with the early fumble. Luckily recovering that fumble. But again, coming out in the second drive, committed to their offense. Great passing downfield, and then again committing to their running game right at the line of scrimmage.
So now, Stoughton will be going from our left to right.
We had mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the wind was picking up a little bit, seems to have died down here, so passing might not be as much of an issue. I mean, we did see the nice long pass from Salucci in the first, so we'll see if he goes to that again.
3 really good playmakers on the Stoughton offensive side of the ball. They have a lot of options. Let's see what they do here on 1st and 10. This will be a straight handoff. Oh, a huge hit.
Huge hit there by Marshfield linebacker Jack McNeil. Came up to the line of scrimmage and met him in his place. Did not let him get much further than not even a couple yards.
And that will, there was a flag there, and it's also going to be holding. So on top of getting hit hard by the defense, Stoughton commits a holding penalty, so that'll set up a long first down.
Yeah, to avoid the ever-popular cliche, adding insult to injury there, you
I was
can't.
trying to avoid that.
You can't make those types of mistakes if you want to drive the ball downfield. Penalties will kill any drive, and Stoughton represents it right there.
So they place the ball at the 44, first down and 20. Stoughton had this situation in its first series, and they did not get a first down on a 1st and 20. Going deep, incomplete. Intended for Jack Connolly.
Yeah, Connolly had his man beat deep, but Salucci just puts a little too much air under that ball.
Interesting, they went to a pass on 1st and 20 instead of trying to chip away.
Yeah, you think the main goal when you're faced with a 1st and long or a 2nd and long situation is to just chip away at yardage so you're not faced with a long 3rd down. We'll see here if they can just chip away a little bit, give themselves less than a 3rd and long situation.
Now they face 2nd and 20. Two receivers out to the right. Salucci straight back. Now a little screen pass. That's caught by Lee. Works his way along the far sideline to near midfield.
Lee sheds a couple other tacklers there, but there is a flag down, so we'll see what this call was.
Penalties are really the only thing that have really hurt Stoughton so far.
Yeah, they did have the one fumble at the beginning of the game on their first drive. They did recover that, but penalties are really starting to push them back as we see yet another call against Stoughton right now.
Let's go,
We have a full moon here.
Got a full harvest moon, I believe, tonight. It was really shining bright last night, doing the same thing right now.
What does that portend for the rest of this game with a full moon?
Well, I mean, you associate full moons with crazy happenings and things that are out of the ordinary, so not to say that Stoughton was the underdog coming to this game, but you can see some crazy things happening, and we'll see how the rest of this ball game comes out.
2nd down and 30. What do they got in their playbook for 2nd and 30?
Not a lot for 2nd and 30. Maybe a quick screen pass or something up the middle. You don't really want to give the ball away.
Little misdirection. They go up the middle. Another flag down. Swain Price with that carry, but I think they committed another penalty, although I think Marshfield may decline this.
Marshfield may decline us depending on what the call is, obviously. You thought we saw somebody jump right on the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
Oh, actually, they're calling offside, so Stoughton does benefit here.
So they'll get a little bit of help. They've given Marshfield enough favors right now, so they really need to limit the mistakes.
So Stoughton taking the penalty, that'll bring it up to around the 39-yard line. And now what do they got for 2nd and 25?
2nd and 25, very similar situation to 2nd and 30. 5 yards doesn't make too much of a difference when you're at this length. Just a lot of quick plays, and you've seen the misdirection, and they've had some open running lanes.
9:43 to go in the second quarter. Stoughton 7, Marshfield 0.
They look more like linebackers.
Dave Salucci, the quarterback. Two receivers out to the right. Bad snap. Ball loose. Salucci recovered it.
And not what Stoughton needs right there. When you're faced with long possessions, you really want to generate some good offense and push the ball down the field. Fumbles and penalties, those are going to drive a head coach crazy.
That was a loss of 10. And now by my count, we've got third down and about 36-7 maybe? 35.
Not a lot of plays in your playbook for 3rd and 37.
I think at this point, not turning the ball over is the priority.
Hanging on to the ball and getting a good punt is a very good 3rd and long situation.
Swain Price in motion. Good gain here. Justin Lee really emerging as a force offensively for Stoughton.
Yeah, outside of a Hail Mary or a very long passing play, you can't ask for much more in a 3rd and long, deep in your own territory than what Justin Lee just gave us.
I don't know how much they were planning on using Justin Lee at the start of the season, but he is looking like a real force offensively.
No, he got his first extensive playing time last week and rewarded the offense with over 150 rushing yards. Maybe we'll see this side of Justin Lee moving forward throughout the season.
Paul Feeney back to punt for Stoughton. Takes the snap. A little bit of an end-over-end kick. It goes out of bounds along the near sideline.
Yeah, wind started to pick up just a little bit, blowing in Feeney's face there. So tough to get a good punt off when you're facing the wind.
So a short punt there and good field position for Marshfield as they trail 7-0 with 8:30 to go in the second quarter.
Well, we saw Marshfield on the other side of the field in their first possession in the ballgame, and they weren't able to generate anything on offense. So we'll see if Stoughton has the same defensive mindset coming into this drive.
And once again, we'll see Jackson Finney at quarterback. Keep an eye on number 2, Christian Friedel, number 20, Neil Parry. Strong running backs. A little misdirection on the wing tee there. They get a good gain up the middle. And that's going to result in a touchdown for Marshfield.
Oh, we see again the misdirection there by Marshfield, sticking with this running game despite being down. And you'll see that out of the wing tee offense. A lot of back and forth, a lot of option play. And a good job by quarterback there, coming out, making a couple blocks himself. You like to see that out of your team. That'll really fire you up.
That is a 62-yard touchdown run for Brendan Ward. He also had a 66-yard touchdown last week in the win over Cranston West. Beautiful offensive play there.
No, great offense right there. Like I just mentioned, you get that misdirection and you get the nice blocking lanes, you get the running lanes that the running back can follow through, and that'll get you back into a ball game very quickly.
So Admiran, the place kicker, trying to tie it here. He does. Line drive right through the middle. It is 7-7. Stoughton 7, Marshfield 7, 8:19 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's exactly what Marshfield needed to get back into this ball game. They did not want to fall behind early as much as
So things were looking good for Stoughton. A 7-0 lead. They had the ball, but they kind of committed several penalties, which pushed them back. A punt that gave Marshfield good field position, and then all of a sudden what looked like an opportunity for Stoughton to extend the lead. We're now tied. That was a one-play drive, 62 yards. It took 12 seconds.
It doesn't get much better than that if you're Marshfield. They wanted to stick with that running game. They have, and it shows that when you get a good block and you get good blocking downfield, you can score in 12 seconds.
So as we pointed out earlier, Marshfield lost a lot of seniors last year, but they have a head coach who has won 5 state titles. And now on the kickoff, an onside kick, and I believe it has been recovered by Marshfield.
Want to see if that ball did travel the necessary length. You need to travel 10 yards. Want to see what the call was from the officials there.
The officials are talking about it. There's a flag. 36 years, Lou Silva's got some tricks.
Yeah, you never really know when to expect an onside kick, especially at the high school level.
It was interesting how they did that. They had it kind of bunched up there. And they're calling a legal touch there, so that will result in Stoughton getting possession at midfield. So Marshfield came close, it did not work, but now that benefits Stoughton because they get the ball inside the 50.
Yep, Stoughton's going to get great field position here and see if they can carry that momentum. You're not always given a gift like that, especially at this point in the ball game. Marshfield taking the chance with the onside kick, it doesn't work.
So Stoughton, after allowing a long touchdown, now they get a chance to regain momentum with the ball inside the 50. 8:19 to go in the second quarter, 7-7. First and 10. In motion, Sullivan, the pitch. Not much. Justin Lee with the carry.
No, good job by Marshfield. They're really closing in on the ball carrier. You don't want to let them get to the outside because that's where their speed can take advantage. You can get up the sideline very quickly.
Gain of about 2. It'll be second down and 8 for Stoughton at the Marshfield 48.
Greg Burke staying true to his game plan here, keeping the ball on the ground.
And again, Stoughton had 506 yards total offense last week. They probably won't get that kind of performance tonight, but they have some really good plays and some playmakers, so they can get big yards in a hurry. Second down and 8. In motion, Swain Price. A lot of misdirection there, not much again. Sullivan with the carry.
No, a lot of the times, a good defense, you can penetrate the line of scrimmage early. Stoughton's got to do a better job of blocking there. They got to open up some running lanes. We saw it with Marshfield on a one-play drive, go 62 yards. That was a result of good blocking. We need to see the same thing from Stoughton if they want to have that success.
So now a passing down, third down and 10. Let's see if they think about maybe going to Swain Price here on third and 10. Salucci. Rolling to his left. Now he has the ball stripped, but he gets the ball back.
Yes.
Whatever they were trying to do there didn't work.
No, Salucci did a good job escaping the pocket, but good job by the Marshfield secondary. They're really taking away the receivers to get downfield. And we also saw Adam Breffett there with the strip and almost recovering the fumble, but Salucci doing a good job getting the ball back.
So Stoughton not able to take advantage of its good fortune getting the ball around midfield. They're going to be punting on 4th and 16. And now we have a timeout.
No, you're not going to be given many opportunities there to generate offense against this Marshfield team unless they give you a gift like an onside kick. They didn't take advantage there.
Timeout was called by Marshfield. There are 5 timeouts per half in high school football.
Yeah, a little more than the standard NFL. You get 2 extra timeouts.
3 of those are 90s and 2 are 30s. So it's 4th and 16. We have 6:55 to go in the second quarter, 7-7. Getting a little chilly now.
Getting a little more chilly. That breeze, as I mentioned earlier, starting to kick back up. A bit of a swirling breeze now.
Paul Feeney back to punt for Stoughton.
Go, 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 go!
High kick. Short, it hits a Marshfield player who recovered. And it looks like Marshfield retains possession.
Yeah, good awareness there by Stoughton, though, noticing the ball deflecting off the Marshfield defender.
He wasn't looking.
No, he was not aware of where the ball was. It took a funny hop. It was such a high punt.
So now Marshfield back on offense. They were on offense for a very brief time last time on a one-play drive, which resulted in a long touchdown run by Brendan Ward.
Yeah, they didn't need to be on the field for very long to get back into this ball game.
7-7. 6:45 to go, second quarter. Now we have another timeout by Marshfield. That's their second.
The one advantage of getting multiple or more than 3 timeouts, you can take an extra one and really set your offense.
We had a pretty good pace to this game, but things have slowed down now.
Yeah, a lot of nice back and forth action, but starting to take a little bit of a slower turn getting close to the half.
Next week, Stoughton is at North Attleboro. But right now they're focused on the Marshfield Rams, a very difficult opponent, number 9 in the state, 1st and 10. Gain of about 3.
See Salucci warming his arm up on the sideline, wondering if they're going to start going to a more passing attack. They're going to want to put some points up on the board because they can feel Marshfield charging down the field.
Second and long for Marshfield. Let's see if they want to throw here on second down. Finney, the quick handoff. That's Friedel. Up the middle, close to the first down. Correction on that. That was a carry by Jack McNeil. So now it'll be 3rd and short. Good test for the Stoughton defense here.
Yeah, if they want to get a stop here.
First down for Marshfield. Neil Perry with some tough running.
Yeah, you see Perry there on the initial run, initially stopped when you see him trying to hurdle over a defender. Gets a second win there and pushes over the line of scrimmage and gets some good yardage.
Marshfield close to midfield. It's 1st and 10. Finney. That's Friedel. Close to a first down.
See Marshfield starting to pick up the pace a little bit. They ran a quick tempo offense at the beginning of the game, started to slow down. Now they're getting back into that high tempo offense. Almost a no huddle type of. You see the plays coming in very quickly from the line.
Second down and short. Here's Perry again. We're going to ride him. He's a really tough runner.
No, he's just a load back there in this backfield. You can give him the ball. He'll run up and down the field.
Perry, 5'10", 200 pounds, a senior, had 72 yards and a touchdown last week against Cranston West. It's 1st and 10 for Marshfield, moving into Stoughton territory.
Yeah, let's see how much they rely on their senior back. He's got the leadership to know what he needs to do on the field.
A short game for Paris.
Good job of gang tackling there. You see 5 Stoughton defenders, 1, 2 on the ground. So 7 Stoughton defenders doing their job to take down multiple Marshfield running backs.
It's 2nd down and 8. Ball to the Stoughton 35. Good defense by Stoughton on 2nd down and 8.
Another great job of gang tackling there. You want to get about 2 or 3 defenders on the ball, or on the ball carrier, excuse me, and then you want to get those second defenders to really finish the job off, sometimes generating a turnover.
That was Brendan Ward with that carry. He, of course, has the Marshfield touchdown in this game. It's now going to bring up 3rd down at the 34-yard line. They need to get to the 26. Passing situation. 4 minutes to go, second quarter. The pitch. Up the right sideline, McNeil. That is a touchdown for Marshfield.
A passing situation for most teams, but when you have Lou Silva with this wing tee, very basic, and I say basic loosely, running attack, you can generate big plays like that.
So Marshfield with big plays to score their 2 touchdowns. They now lead 13-7 with the extra point coming up.
Well, this should be no surprise to Greg Burke. I mean, you want your defense to play well, but you know that Marshfield comes out with a strong running attack each and every game.
3:52 to go in the second quarter. Stoughton led 7-0, but Marshfield has come back to score 2 touchdowns here in the second quarter and get the lead.
Yeah, 14 unanswered points pending the extra point here. You know Marshfield's going to come out strong, and we'll see what Greg Burke can do at halftime to revamp his defense and his offense, for that matter.
Admiran for the extra point. Powerful leg. No good.
Powerful leg, but needs some accuracy.
13-7, Marshfield, 3:52 to go, second quarter. That drive was 66 yards, 8 plays, 2 minutes and 53 seconds, which is 2 minutes and 41 seconds longer than their first touchdown drive. Nonetheless, a prolific offense and some really good play calling.
Let's go.
And you don't think that 1 point would make a difference every now and then, but in a football game, you never know what's going to happen at the end of the game. That 1 point could make a difference coming down to the stretch.
13-7 Marshfield. Marshfield number 9 in the Boston Herald Eastern Massachusetts top 25 poll. Stoughton number 25. And of course, both teams trying to get a feel of where they are in this non-conference game ahead of league play.
Sure, you never know where you're going to fall, especially with non-conference play. You never know what kind of strength of schedule the other team presents. So you never really know how true those rankings are, especially with the uncertainty of who you're going to play.
So down 13-7, Stoughton receiving the kickoff. Eyes on Swain Price. He's very dangerous, but they did a good job there.
Yeah, Marshfield doing a good job pursuing the ball carrier there, shedding their blocks and making sure they can take down Swain Price, a very dangerous ball carrier, down early, deep in their own territory.
So down 6, Stoughton with a drive which will determine where they are at the end of the first half. Down 6, 3:46 to go, second quarter. It'd be nice to have a long, sustained drive here. To perhaps take the lead, but also to keep Marshfield off the field.
Yeah, you want to keep Marshfield off the field here because they will be receiving the ball in the second half, so you don't want them to score twice in a row.
Salucci was looking to pass on first down and is forced to run and takes a very hard hit.
I think Salucci was given the brunt of that hit there.
Christian
Friedel just alone at 6'2", 195. You know he's going to bring it to the table on every hit. See him reaching for his helmet there. He might be a little shaken up, but he'll stay in this ball game.
That was a really hard hit. There's been some hard hits in this game.
There has been some very good hitting here, some very good clean hitting though. Haven't seen too many things that's been dirty.
Second down and 8 at the 28. Stoughton in a passing situation, but they give it to Swain Price. Not much. So they've been throwing on first down, which may be a little bit of a departure from what we were expecting. Now they go second and long and they run. So it's been 2 plays that you wouldn't think would be in that order, but in terms of running and passing. But Greg Burke trying to change things up a little bit.
Sure, it's been a backwards type of offensive strategy here. You know they're going to come. You expect them to come out with a strong running attack, but they've been throwing the ball more than we have expected.
So now third and long, 3rd and 8 at the 28.
And Marshfield taking a quick time out there, looking to get the ball back here and get a score before halftime.
2:54 to go in the second quarter. Salucci rolling to his right. Now looks downfield, and it is intercepted.
Good coverage.
Brendan Ward with the interception.
Great coverage there by Brendan Ward. The ball a little bit underthrown, and Ward doing a good job coming back to the ball and playing the role of offense there, beating his defender to get to the ball.
Pass may have been underthrown a little bit.
A little underthrown there. You had Salucci running out of the pocket there. Tough to generate power when you're scrambling.
So now Marshfield getting the ball in great field position. Brendan Ward all over the place. A long touchdown run, and now an interception. 13-7, Marshfield leads, 2:46 to go, second quarter.
Yeah, you see that a lot at the high school level. A lot of these two-way types of players, Ward getting the job done in the backfield and also getting the job done in the secondary.
So Jackson Finney loses the ball on the snap. Stoughton recovers.
Again, we saw it earlier with Stoughton making the mistakes and almost turning the ball over. Now Marshfield's turn to make a couple of mistakes and give the ball right back to Stoughton.
A big break there. That was a low snap.
Low snap, you got to do a better job there as the running back or as the quarterback there to secure the ball. And just as we had mentioned, those two-way players with Ward doing the job in the secondary and the backfield, Justin Lee coming up there with the fumble recovery.
There was a hold on that play, but Stoughton declines it because they get possession. 2:41 to go. Stoughton down 6 here in the second quarter, 13-7 Marshfield.
Yeah, at this point in the ball game, you want to get offense going. You want to take the ball whenever you can. No way they're going to accept that penalty.
So Stoughton with a turnover, and Marshfield gives it right back. Break for Stoughton. Now let's see if they can take advantage before halftime.
So almost like a long drive for Stoughton right now, if you will.
Probably not the way they drew it up.
No. Anytime you can get the ball in opponent territory, though, you're going to try to take advantage of that.
So Stoughton and its wing T offense looking to gain the lead before halftime. Salucci with Swain Price in motion. Up the middle. Nice game. Tough running. Justin Lee, again distinguishing himself.
Stoughton's starting to go, we mentioned earlier how we're kind of doing a backwards approach, passing it on first down, running it on second and third down, going back to that running attack on first down, and Lee doing a great job powering through the line to get a good gain.
With Sullivan and Swain Price, they knew going in this season they were going to have two terrific running backs, but now when you have this third running back in Justin Lee, a junior, that can only make you a lot better.
Yeah, not only does it add to your offense by giving him opportunities to excel, it takes the pressure off your other running backs as well, keeping them fresh in the ball game. So you can have multiple options rather than relying on one individual player.
Stoughton ball, 1st and 10 at the 28. Swain Price to the left. Nice tackle.
Thought we saw movement up front, but aside from that, a great job by Marshfield again, really getting to Swain Price early before you can get too much offense.
Nick Banks, I believe, made that tackle. You have to be really careful with Swain Price. He's capable of long gains.
Yeah, very elusive runner. We have him and Sullivan who can really break it to the outside. So when either of them has the ball in their hand, you know you're looking to contain him on the inside.
So it's 2nd down and 7 at the 26 with 1:40 and counting to go here in the second quarter. Salucci. Short game. And I believe Stoughton will now call timeout. They're going to keep going here. It's 3rd down now at the 26.
A little more of a manageable possession right now with 3rd and 4, apart from the 3rd and 37s they've had earlier. A little easier to gain a first down here.
Big 3rd down play here. Here's Sullivan. Cuts upfield. Close. Trying to get the first down with 1:02 to go in the second quarter. Looks like this may come back, however.
Yeah, it looks like we had a holding call against Stoughton.
So if this may depend on where the ball is placed as to what Marshfield will want to do here.
Also have an injury on the far side of the field with Marshfield, and that's their big running back, Christian Friedel. We'll see. Wasn't able to see what the injury was on the field, but we'll check his status and we'll see. He's not happy on the sideline right now.
Well, Marshfield accepted the penalty, so that'll bring it out to the 33-yard line. With 1:02 to go in the second quarter, 13-7 Marshfield.
Yeah, Friedel on the sideline, slamming his helmet in anger. He's not happy to be out of this ball game right now. We'll see if Stoughton can take advantage, because he was a big playmaker.
So Stoughton has 2 possessions to try and get a first down here. 3rd and 14. They may try to chip away on the first play. We'll see.
Almost want to see if this is 4-down territory for them. I mean, you don't know the type of leg strength that Stoughton has for field goals, but we'll see if they can take the 2 extra downs to try to get the first.
Now the official is coming to midfield.
Yeah, an official's timeout, probably to go 10 to Christian Friedel, who we saw on the sideline there.
Third and 14 at the 34, we'll call it. Salucci straight back. Now to the far sideline, it goes to Sullivan. Nice run and takes the first down. He leaps forward.
Great throwing catch there, Salucci to Sullivan, but again, another flag on the field. More laundry that Stoughton hopefully doesn't need on the field.
Sullivan, a tough runner.
No, a very tough runner. Once he gets the ball in his hand, you know he can make some plays with it.
But we have a flag again.
Offsides on them.
A beautiful run by Sullivan, wiped out. It looks like a hold again.
No, Sullivan making a great play there, but Stoughton again taking the walk of shame, giving themselves more problems on offense.
So probably a few more holding penalties than Greg Burke would have wanted so far in the first half from his senior offensive line.
No, and I'm anticipating a bit of a screaming fit in the locker room at halftime. Not something you want to see from your 5 senior linemen. You'd think they'd be more disciplined.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 24 now at the 44-yard line. And again, they may try to get, 10, 15 yards on this play and 9 or so on the second to see if they can keep this drive going. Let's see.
This is something you just want to chip away at.
3rd and 24, 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Deep pass. And broken up by Brendan Ward. Brendan Ward all over the field for the Marshfield.
All over the field tonight. Brendan Ward making plays on offense. We saw the interception earlier, making a good play there on Jack Connolly, who had a chance for the ball. Just out of his reach.
31 seconds to go, second quarter. Now it's 4th and 24, Stoughton down 6. And this could be Hail Mary time.
Could be Hail Mary time, but then again, you got to think that if you can't get anything on offense here, 30 seconds is more than enough time for Marshfield to make a quick score.
If they throw the ball deep downfield and it's incomplete, Marshfield will get the ball at its own 43. So let's see what they come up with on 4th and 24. Salucci. Deep over the middle on the seam pass. It is picked off. And that's McNeil up the right sideline. McNeil down to the 23-yard line of Stoughton with 16 seconds to go in the second quarter.
No, if you're Marshfield, I don't think you can ask for much more there. You get a good ball over the middle from Salucci, able to take advantage of it, and then the great run back by McNeil there.
And we have a flag. So let's see what happened here. Chop block, it looks like.
A low block over there against Marshfield, so that'll bring them back.
And that'll negate a 55-yard interception return by McNeil.
Yeah, so this will make it tougher for Marshfield to generate offense going forward. They're going to get the ball back in the second half. They wanted to try to go for that 2-for-1 possession, though.
So on 4th and 24, they elected to go on a seam pass up the middle. And the turnover could have been really disastrous, frankly, but it was negated, the interception return by the chop block. So it should be 13-7 when we go into the break.
Hopefully it should be 13-7. You got Marshfield with a great return there, and it's a lot tougher to cover 70, 80 yards in 16 seconds than it is to cover 20 yards.
So Marshfield with 1st and 10 on their own 25, 16 seconds to go here in the second quarter. The Marshfield Rams, state champions in 2014 in their division. 5 times they have won the Super Bowl. They will have a 6-point lead as we go into the halftime break. A really good football game to this point with 2 good football teams. Once again, the score at halftime is Marshfield 13 and Stoughton 7. Stay tuned. We'll be back for second half action. And welcome back to Stoughton High School for the second half of Stoughton versus Marshfield. Marshfield leading Stoughton 13-7. Steve Vecchione along with Dan Snyder. Exciting first half, but a lot of penalties. A lot of penalties from, especially from the Stoughton side. They didn't do themselves any favors in trying to counteract a high-powered Marshfield offense. And on Marshfield's side of the ball, sticking with that running game that we saw time and time again throughout last season from their first game against Cranston. Not as many points on the board as you would expect, but nonetheless a 13-7 lead. We saw a lot of passing from Stoughton in the first half, much more than we did last week. They only threw 4 times with Dave Salucci at quarterback. So it should be interesting to see the pass-run mix again here in the second half.
Yeah, you want to see what type of offense Greg Burke comes out with in the second half, and especially on the defensive side of the ball as well. Maybe we'll see Marshfield try to mix it up as well, go to a more passing style, but the running game, has worked out.
Again, this is a matchup of two legendary coaches in this area. Greg Burke in his 24th season at Stoughton, 151 career wins, and Lou Silva, 36 years at Marshfield, 5 state titles, 2 legendary coaches, going head-to-head in a close game. First half, 13-7 Marshfield, and Stoughton will be kicking off to the Rams.
Going back to Lou Silva, that's a pretty good resume to have on an application there as a head coach.
So kicking off for Stoughton, low kick, Evan Gibb. Good field position for Marshfield to start the first half.
Yeah,
second half, excuse me.
Had an open running lane there. Good job by Stoughton to close off. We talked about earlier in the game that you get that first level that's on the line of scrimmage, that second level that's at the linebacking core, and then you get the third level that's even further back in the secondary. Good job by Stoughton closing up that third level, preventing the long game.
Ball marked at the 44 to start the first series of the second half for Marshfield. They lead 13-7. Jackson Finney is the quarterback.
Anxious to see what kind of tempo they come out with here. We saw a bit of a no huddle toward the end of the first half.
Friedel in motion, they swing it out. That's Parry, the bruising running back. He gets about 4 or 5.
Marshfield may be opening it up a little bit. We haven't seen too many long passes, and that's provided with a longer pass along the line of scrimmage, maybe starting to open up the offense a little more.
Second down and 5 at the 44. Jackson Finney, the 6-foot sophomore. That's Friedel, the running back. They tried a little bit of faking there, but it didn't accomplish much.
No, we saw the misdirection with the motion to the left side of the line of scrimmage there, and then the HB counter back to the right side. And we saw Friedel leave the game late in the first half with an injury back out on the field.
Maybe a passing situation on 3rd and 5 at the 49. They run the ball with Parry, though. Tough running for a first down.
Very tough running there, but Parry doing a good job getting past the second level of defense, getting the first down.
Under 10 minutes to go, third quarter, Marshfield 13, Stoughton 7. Stoughton led 7-0, but Marshfield with 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, leading 13-7, looking for more. They go back to Parry. Good gang tackling there.
No, great job.
Lino Azul in the middle of that.
Yeah, great job of tackling there. Lino Azul leading the charge. They need a spark right now. They need to get in a quick stop here, get the ball back if they want to get themselves back into this ball game.
No gain on that play. Second down and 10. Finney out to the far sideline, incomplete.
Again, you see Marshfield starting to open it up a little bit, going to more passing situations, finding themselves in another passing situation right now, 3rd and long.
He was looking for Jack McNeil on that play. Jack McNeil had a very good first half.
Jack McNeil, a very good first half, and again, another one of those two-way players who can do it on both sides of the field.
He had a 35-yard run for a touchdown. It's now 3rd down and 10. Passing situation. Finney out to the right. And that is close to a first down.
Good job by there, number 13 for Stoughton. That was Marcellus Cox. We see him line out wide, but getting the job done on defense. Just needs to get that tackle a little sooner.
9:18 to go in the third quarter. It is 13-7. Stoughton leading, and they are driving. Ball at the 33. The pitch. Here's Friedel. Excuse me, McNeil. Fumble! And Stoughton recovers.
Talked about it earlier, Stoughton needing to get some big stops, and this could be the stop that they needed to get the ball back.
Let's see if I was premature there. Stoughton indicating they feel that they have it, but they're still looking, so we'll see. They do not recover it.
We saw Stoughton go down with the ball, but those dog piles at the end of the play can go either way.
So when it looked like Stoughton had made a big fumble recovery, Jack McNeil comes up big again in a different way, recovering the fumble for Marshfield.
Yeah, just as we mentioned, making the plays on offense, getting the job done in the dirty parts of the game by recovering the fumble.
2nd and 10 at the 44. Finney to his right. And that ball hit the ground. Actually, he did catch it, and he was down with his knee. So a completion down to the 30.
Yep, ruling it a catch there, down by contact.
So this will set up 3rd down and 6 for Marshfield. Finney. Up the middle to McNeil. Tough running. Close to the 1st down, over the 25, down to around the 24. It looks like they stopped him at the 25, so he'll be short.
Yeah, we're seeing a very quick tempo again here from Marshfield. Despite running the ball, you can still generate fast offense.
Big situation here, 4th down, and it looks to be about a yard. Stoughton looking to come up big defensively here and get the ball back. Stoughton trailing by 6. A little bit of confusion on that. But they retain the ball and they give up the middle to McNeil, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, some of the crowd noise here may be starting to get into the heads of this Marshfield offense, but they do a good job of blocking that out, resetting themselves, and making sure that they have the right play to get the 1st down.
Big 4th down conversion, though, for Marshfield.
Very, very big there. That's important to keep the drive going, of course. If you don't convert, you give the ball back, so it's very important to convert on those 4th downs.
Incomplete to Friedel on 1st and 10.
Roll out there by Jackson Finney there. Gets the ball out to Friedel, but Friedel looking upfield at his lane before securing the ball. One very important key to a wide receiver is to catch first, run second.
2nd down and 10 at the 22. Parry behind Finney. Ward carrying, short game.
Again, you see the misdirection there. The entire offensive line switching over to the right, play goes to the left.
7:24 to go in the 3rd quarter, 13-7 Marshfield.
And as quickly as the ball is set, Marshfield right back on the line, ready to call another play.
3rd and 9. And now a whistle. Looks like a little bit of illegal motion.
Yeah, it looks like Danny Hickey there, a little premature to get off the line there at the bottom of the play there.
So now that'll set up a 3rd and long, even longer. It'll be 3rd and 14. It was 3rd and 9.
Yeah, a little gift there for Stoughton. They need to capitalize here if they want to get the ball back.
You can stop, let's go!
7:23 to go, 3rd quarter. Here's Finney on 3rd down and long. Throwing along the sideline, picked off. It is picked off. Marcellus Cox, who had a key fumble return for a touchdown last week with the interception. So Marshfield, after a long drive, comes up short. We do have a flag on the play.
Another flag on the play, this time against Marshfield.
Cox had a 45-yard fumble return for a touchdown last week, which was the 2nd score of the game for Stoughton. That is a huge play here, and they stay behind by only 6 with the ball now.
No, you're right. Stoughton's defense coming up big there. They needed to make a play to get back into this ball game, to get the momentum back on their side. So deep in their own territory right now, though, but momentum's starting to shift.
So after the penalty, the ball is now at the 21-yard line. Stoughton possession down 6 with 7:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. In motion, Connolly, he gets it. Over the 25. And we have a flag. Could have been a legal motion once again. We'll wait for the call.
Yeah, we'll wait for the officials' call. It looks like it's
Offside.
against Marshfield.
So a 1st and 5 situation now, which opens up more possibilities for the offense.
Anytime you can get a 1st and short type of situation, whether it be on the goal line, you're looking for a passing situation here. Something you can open up the playbook a little bit right now with a very short gain on 1st down.
So the ball will be marked at the 27 or so, 27-yard line. 1st down and 5. Stoughton down 6. They led 7-0 in the 1st quarter. 2 touchdowns for Marshfield in the 2nd quarter. And the score is still 13-7 here in the 3rd.
13 unanswered by Marshfield. Not a lot of scoring until about halfway through the 2nd there. It's been pretty stale at this point.
1st and 5. And not much on that play, up the middle.
We talk about Lee being a strong ball carrier. You can't do much when you got 4 Marshfield Rams trying to take you down all at once.
So the 1st and 5 was a big advantage, but they didn't gain much there, so it'll be 2nd down and 5 at the 27.
Yeah, given a gift there, but not able to take advantage of it.
But that was a huge play by Marcellus to prevent further scoring by Marshfield. 2nd and 5, Swain Price with it. Big game. Breaks it open over the 40, over midfield rather, and down to the 48 of Marshfield. A beautiful game by Swain Price. A good hole there.
Oh, great hole there, great running lane. We talked about earlier how you need your offensive line to make those holes for your runner to go through. Stoughton did that there, and Swain Price able to take advantage for the long gain.
24 yards on that carry. He's dangerous. He can break open a play at any time.
Him and Sullivan, when they break it out to the outside, watch out because they could take it at any point.
Under 6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, 13-7 Marshfield, but Stoughton now has the ball in Marshfield territory. Salucci to Sullivan. Hit hard and brought down, not much on that game.
Sullivan didn't have much to run through there, but able to get back almost to the line of scrimmage to limit the loss.
So that'll be a loss actually on that play. Back to midfield, so it'll be 2nd down and 12. 5:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Stoughton looking to get the lead back, down 6. Not a lot of points in this game. We thought we'd see a lot more points than we have.
No, we saw 2 high-profile offensive performances, I should say, from last week. But then when you get those 2 teams with the strong defenses, it's becoming a bit of a defensive struggle.
2nd down and 12. And again, not much. Salucci's going to lose on that one.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough with that option style offense, You sometimes make the wrong decision when you're trying to find out what the best play is.
They put Nick Hardy in motion there, but really the misdirection did not fool Marshfield there.
Again, using him more of as a distraction, but you're right, Marshfield not taking the bait.
3rd and long, another passing situation on 3rd and long for Stoughton. Two receivers out to the right.
Yeah, haven't seen too much success in the passing game since that first initial Salucci bomb. See what they can do here.
They run a little pass out to the left side, but nothing doing on that one.
No, that was a dangerous pass there by Salucci. I know you're trying to fulfill the play call and get the screen down, but you don't want to throw it into open space like that, especially on a loft. You never know where Marshfield's going to come up with a big play.
So after getting past midfield on the Swain Price run, Marshfield stops Stoughton, and they lose the yardage. So now it's really becoming a game of field position in many ways, with a tight, low-scoring game here late in the 3rd quarter with 4:11 to go, and Stoughton trailing by 6.
Becoming a bit of a chess match here. You want to see the back-and-forth type of offenses, both very similar. Which coach is going to be able to outsmart the other? That's who's going to win this ball game.
Feeney with a short punt. And it goes out of bounds. Not much on that one. And it'll be pretty good field position for Marshfield to start this drive, leading 13-7 with just over 4 to go in the 3rd. So no scoring here in the 2nd half. 7 points for Stoughton in the 1st quarter, 13 for Marshfield in the 2nd. That was only a 19-yard punt, so unfortunately Stoughton will not pin Marshfield on this series, and Marshfield starting at its own 34.
That's something you want to try to do, especially when you're given such great field possession. If you can't push the way down your field and score, you want to try to pin your opponent deep in their own territory. Stoughton unsuccessful in doing so, so they'll need to come up with another big stop here.
It's 1st and 10. Short gain there for Jackson Finney up the middle. So that'll be 2nd down and long now for Marshfield. 3:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Again, similar to what Greg Burke was trying to do when his team had the lead. Lou Silva trying to do the same thing here, trying to slowing down the tempo here, trying to get more possessions.
This is Friedel along the right side. Good gain for Friedel along the sideline.
When you have a strong running attack with Friedel, you can afford to slow the game down a little bit.
That nice gain there will bring up a 3rd and short.
Come on, D.
And now whistles. Timeout. The official going over to the far sideline.
Looks like they want to get a measurement here.
That's exactly correct. So it'll either be 3rd and inches or 1st and 10 for Marshfield. That'll be a 1st down.
You're going to reward them with the 1st down.
Friedel, another tough runner.
You see it on both sides of the ball. Friedel's a very tough runner, trying to mirror what Lee's bringing to the table for Stoughton. It looks like Friedel's just getting the better edge.
1st and 10 at the 44. Here's Finney to Parry. Parry gets about 5 up to midfield.
Another strong hit there. We're seeing a lot of good hitting in this game.
And we have a player down. We'll be back in a moment. Jason Joseph was the injured player for Stoughton, but he left under his own power. Very good to see. 2nd down and 5 now for Marshfield near midfield. Neil Parry up the middle down to the 40. 1st down. Really tough running by Neil Parry, the senior.
Just a powerhouse run there by Parry there. Always tough to bring down a ball carrier with such force and power. Going back to Joseph's injury, just getting worked on by the trainer there. Like you said, always good to see coming off under your own power. He didn't need the aid from anybody else.
Under 3 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, it's 1st and 10. Here's Parry again. Another big gain, 8 yards, 9 yards to about the 31.
Similar to what Marshfield was doing with Christian Friedel in the 1st half, they're really starting to rely on Parry now to carry the load.
That'll bring up 2nd down and short. 13-7 Marshfield. 2nd down and 2. They whirl, give it to McNeil. Big gain. McNeil breaks it free, and he will score for Marshfield.
Again, that's exactly what you need to do in the running game. You need to open up those lanes, and you need to push through the 2nd and 3rd level, and that's what Marshfield does there.
2nd touchdown of the game for Jack McNeil. That was 32 yards. His first was 35. We talked about him a little earlier. He has been a standout performer in this game, and it is now 19-7.
Yeah, both sides of the ball had the long run in the 1st half, and again there with the 32-yard run there in the 2nd.
So we'll see what Lou Silva elects to do here. Up 12, 2:25 to go. It looks like they're going to perhaps go for 2 here to get a 14-point lead.
Yeah, you want to try to regulate that scoring a little bit. 19-7, a bit of an odd score. You want to try to get back to that 2-possession lead.
And right now they're running the ball very well, so we'll see if they continue to do so. Going for 2. The fake, the pass, and it's 2 points.
There is a flag down on the play.
Well, that worked well to Brandon Ward, but we'll see if it comes back.
And much to our surprise, they've been running the ball very well this entire drive, and then going to a passing play to get the 2.
And it appears the penalty was on Stoughton. That is declined. That is 2 points for Marshfield, and they now have a 14-point lead, 21-7, 2:26 to go in the third quarter. Stoughton, with its back against the wall now, down 14 late in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're going to need to generate a good scoring drive, and I cannot emphasize enough scoring drive to get back into this ball game. They can't afford to turn it over here or give it away.
I think penalties have been a problem. I think third and longs have been a problem. They've had to utilize a lot more passes this week than they did last week against Franklin. But of course, they're playing a totally different opponent this week, and Marshfield is really, in spite of the fact that they've lost so many seniors, they're still a really good football team.
Yeah, they have not put themselves, Stoughton has not put themselves in a good situation here, in a good position to excel and really generate good offense. You mentioned the penalties, you mentioned the long, extended third downs. Those are not going to help you get back into a ball game.
That was 6 plays and 66 yards in a minute 37 for Marshfield, so they have demonstrated big play capability at different stages of this game. 21-7 Marshfield, here's the kickoff, and that is Hardy. Oh, he slips. He might have had a bigger gain, and the ball is loose. And this time I will not speculate. I will wait to see who they say has the ball.
No, my concern, though, is we saw Hardy go down hard upon reaching the ground, reaching for his right leg there. We'll see what the training staff can do.
He slipped hard there.
Now, a little bit of a slick surface there. We haven't had much rain, so he just probably tripped over his own feet.
Had he been able to not slip there, it looked like he had the potential for a big play.
Yeah, he had a good running lane there. He had good blocking set for him upfield. And he had the lane, just unfortunately trips over that 30-yard line.
While they tend to his injury, we'll be right back. So Marshfield did recover the fumble by Nick Hardy. So now they have the ball with 2:18 to go in the third quarter, up 14. Marshfield ball in Stoughton territory. Finney, Friedel with a big game.
Yeah, Marshfield.
Past 15 down to the 13.
Marshfield taking advantage there. We mentioned before that Stoughton needed to generate a good drive. Obviously, they did not in the turnover, and now Marshfield not afraid to ram it right back down into Stoughton territory.
This is danger time for Stoughton. Marshfield's up 14 with the ball after a turnover. This is Friedel. Short game.
And you know Lou Silva's not going to go against his game plan now. He's going to keep running the ball as he's had success virtually for the entire second half.
Second down at the 11-yard line. Minute 23 to go in the third quarter, 21-7 Marshfield. Neil Parry, the bruising senior, down to the 5.
They can't take him down. He's been running up and down the field the whole night.
We're approaching a minute to go in the third quarter. It's 21-7. Marshfield with the lead and a chance to go up 3 scores here. They need to get to about the 4-yard line.
Quick side note, we see Mick Hardy running up and down the sideline now, so it looks like he's good to get back into this ball game.
Third and short. Finney has trouble with the snap, and I believe he is brought down short of the first down, so that'll set up 4th down.
Seemed to be a bit of a miscommunication there before that play call. It almost looked like the running back cut in a little too early to receive the ball, and they had to scramble there to get some yards.
We'll see if they get the play off before the end of the third quarter. There's 20 seconds and running to go. 4th down and 2, and I think they may just let the quarter run out and figure out what they want to do here.
Yeah, Finney and McNeil are there in the backfield, not taking their time to get the right play call, and so they're going to wait for the clock to set, and they'll pick up from the left off on the other side of the field.
So they'll switch sides. Marshfield with a chance to go up by 3 scores here. After 3 quarters, it's Marshfield 21, Stoughton 7. in this non-conference matchup between two teams ranked in the top 25. Number 9 Marshfield against number 25 Stoughton with the rankings, and I would say that Stoughton has really not displayed the three-headed monster, as Ryan Sullivan put it, and you put it earlier.
Right.
They have not displayed it to the extent that they would have liked to have dominated in this game.
No, we're seeing a little more of a passing attack here from Stoughton. Maybe they're trying to catch Marshfield off guard. I'm not too sure of the mentality or the strategy that Greg Burke put in place here, but you want to see more of what got you here. You had the success against Franklin last week. You want to see more in terms of a running game that got you into that 51-14 win.
Play, boys, let's go.
So it'll be 4th down and short. It appears that Marshfield will eschew the field goal opportunity and try to go for it on 4th and 2. No reason not to. They've been running the ball pretty well.
No, they've had success on the ground, and when you're up by 2 scores, you can afford to take a couple chances. And it's still early enough in the 4th that you can get the ball back and score once again.
4th and 2. McNeil. And it appears to be Stoughton ball. He did not get the first down.
Oh, Stoughton off defensive line there, doing a great job holding up, controlling the line of scrimmage there, and limiting the yardage to get the ball back.
And they needed the ball back there.
They did need the ball back. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
They do. They do have 10:53 to go here in the 4th quarter. And I think that they may have to utilize the passing game a little bit more, but a good sustained drive wouldn't hurt them either if they can get it done in a reasonable amount of time. But they're down 2 scores. 1st and 10 on their own 6. Trouble, but they get it out to Sullivan.
That's a good job there by Salucci there. Not able to handle the snap, but does a good job scrambling outside the... First does a good job of securing the ball, then scrambling outside the pocket to find a receiver downfield. It's not yardage, but it's not a turnover.
Cannot really afford any sort of a turnover at this point of the game, deep in their own territory. A gain of 2 on that, but it could have been a lot worse. It'll be 2nd down and 8 at their own 6.
No, if you're Greg Burke right now, that's the last thing you want to see from your offense is a turnover in your own end zone.
Let's see what Salucci does here. Short game. 3rd down and long. They're going to probably have to pass here.
An obvious passing situation here. You need to get yardage quick.
Under 10 minutes to go, 4th quarter. 21-7 Marshfield. 3rd and long. So way out to the right are 2 receivers. 3rd down and long. Salucci running, looks to have the first down. He does, along the near sideline.
Again, another great play call there by Salucci. You set everybody out wide. Appear that you're going to be passing long. It's an obvious passing situation. Give yourself a 2 count upon the snap and find the hole up the middle. It's a great job. It's a great play call for a misdirection QB draw.
First and 10 for Stoughton with 9:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Swain Price, not much there.
Marshfield again doing a good job containing Swain Price to get him to come back to the middle of the field where all of our defenders are, because you know when Swain Price breaks it out to the outside, he's going to go a long way.
Less than 9 minutes to go, 4th quarter. 21-7 Marshfield.
The time is ticking for Stoughton, not on their side right now.
Let's see if they try that seam pass, which they tried a few times earlier in the game. But it's now 2nd down and 9 at their own 21. They do go up the middle on the same pass. Incomplete to Sullivan.
Just overthrows his defender there, or overthrows Sullivan there. He had the open seam and just couldn't get him the ball.
Should I call the plays? 3rd down and 9 at the 21. It looked like had he been able to connect with Sullivan, that could have been a big game.
He could have gone a long way there. There wasn't much in the way of defenders after he could have made the catch, and he had nothing but green grass in front of him.
3rd down and 9 at the 21. Stoughton really needing to convert here with 8:37 to go in the 4th quarter. Let's see what they come up with. Salucci along the near sideline, beautiful play to Connolly. Connolly over midfield, down to the 46 of Marshfield. A 1st down for Stoughton. A nice pass play there. Good deception.
Hey, you can see what happens when you can hit your receiver in stride, and Conley doing a great job there, finding the open space, getting a big gain. And this is what this is what Stoughton needs to get back into this game, charging into Marshfield territory.
32 yards on that connection with Jack Connolly. And his dad to our left is very happy with that. 1st and 10. No gain for Swain Price on that one.
And I do know the Conley family very well, having played baseball with both of their sons. Very strong, athletic family. Conley showing it there on the field.
Jack, a 6'1", 190-pound senior, co-captain. 2nd down and 10.
I mean, football runs in this family's blood. His older brother, Mike Conley, a captain not too long ago here for the Stoughton team.
2nd and long. Out to the far side, caught by Swain Price. He breaks it, and he tries to stay up, and he's just brought down. He came really close to breaking that for a touchdown.
You look at Swain Price there on the outside. We talk about his strong running game, how he can break it to the outside. Does it in the passing game, too. Not the greatest ball there thrown by Salucci, but with the soft hands, able to reel it in and then find the open space. Just gets tripped up and unable to get all the way to the house.
He just got tripped up. 26 yards on that. 1st and 10 at the 21. Big drive here for Stoughton. Very little on that play.
No, trying to keep Marshfield on their toes here. I mean, you see the success in the passing game now, which is something we did not expect. And then they're trying to run it every now and then, keep them on their heels. Look for Stoughton to go more to the passing game. They've been seeming to have better success in that department.
There is time, but Stoughton really needs a touchdown here. It's 2nd down and 11 at the Marshfield 22. Considering where they started this drive, they're in great shape on this drive, but it's 2nd and 11. Ball is batted and picked off. A tough turnover there for Stoughton. The ball was picked off by number 87, Nick Banks.
Yeah, Banks with the interception there, and it looked like number 50 there, Adam Breffett with the deflection, at the line of scrimmage, creating the play for Banks.
That was a backbreaker, perhaps.
No, that was
with
a tough.
6:56 to go in the 4th quarter.
That was a very tough break for Stoughton. You saw the strong offensive drive there, really charging down the field, using the passing game, and it was the passing game that was their demise in the turnover.
You always look back, if Swain Price had been able to stay on his feet, we'd have an entirely different game going here, but it was really close. He just was not able to keep his feet, and then, unfortunately, the turnover.
Yeah, I want to talk to the groundskeeper, see if he can mow the grass a little shorter. Maybe it was that quick blade of grass that tripped him up.
So Stoughton really needs a turnover now on the defensive side of the ball, but time is short. It's 1st and 10 for Marshfield, and they don't get much on that play.
No, I don't see Marshfield going to the air here. 2-possession lead late in the ball game. Just look for them to try to run out the clock as best they can, but Stoughton does have a lot of timeouts remaining.
Timeout, Stoughton. 6:47 to go, 4th quarter. If you're just joining us, Stoughton had the first touchdown in this game in the 1st quarter on a Justin Lee run. But 2 touchdowns for Marshfield in the 2nd quarter. A little bit of back and forth here in the 2nd half, but Marshfield extended its lead to 14. Stoughton with a drive thwarted by a turnover just now, and it's 21-7 Marshfield with 6:47 to go in the game.
Yeah, we saw Stoughton coming out very early with a very good offensive strategy, pushing the ball down been very stale with the turnovers since then.
So it's 2nd down and 11. Marshfield looking to run and eat up some clock here. A few yards on that play. It'll be 3rd and perhaps a passing down. Let's see if they try to pass or if they play conservatively and try to run the ball here.
I'm looking to see if they treat this as 4-down territory as well, because we haven't seen Stoughton move the ball too well outside of that last drive ending in the turnover. We haven't seen them move the ball downfield too well, so Lou Silva may be putting the faith in his defense here to win the game for them at the end.
3rd down and 6. And they come up big with a 3rd down stop. So Stoughton should get the ball back. Timeout, Stoughton. 6:06 to go in the game.
Yeah, they'll be faced with a 4th and about 5 situation here, so we'll see what Lou decides to do on offense, whether he chooses to kick it away or take a gamble.
I'm going to guess that they're probably too far to go for it, particularly up 14 points, and it looks like they're going to go into punt formation.
Sure, bringing the special teams out on the field. It's a good move. It's a smart choice. Try to pin them back in their own territory and rely on your defense to get the job done.
So Neil Parry is back. It's 4th down and 4. Sullivan is back to receive what should be a punt here. 4th down and 4. High kick. Short, and it'll get down by Marshfield. So it'll be Stoughton ball with 5:56 to go in the 4th quarter. 21-7. Stoughton trailing and probably needing some big pass plays.
Stoughton needing some very big passing plays here. And again, we saw that in their last drive that unfortunately ended with the interception, but a good play at the line of scrimmage there. Let's see if they go back to that passing attack that served them well up until that play.
Keep an eye on number 5, Ruben Gonzalez, who has been out there for many plays in this game. We have not seen him yet. Perhaps they'll try to utilize him here. It's 1st and 10. He was looking that way, but now Salucci's going to run. Big game. Big running, too. Tough. So won't go down. What a run up to midfield.
No, that's what you love to see in the high school game. You see in the higher levels, the pro game, the college game, quarterbacks will automatically go down in that situation. Not at the high school level. These kids really want to win this game, and they're going to do anything they can. If it involves bowling through defenders, they're going to do it. They're not going to go down.
I think he was looking for Gonzalez on that pass play, but he wasn't open, and he decided to run with it. And really tough running by the quarterback, and I think that can lift the team. It's 1st and 10 in midfield with 5:30 to go. Stoughton down 14. Salucci. Looking deep. Incomplete. Trying for Marcellus Cox.
Yeah, not necessarily a bad ball there by Salucci. You want to throw that to the outside so your receiver can turn away from the defender in attempts to catch the ball. You underthrow that ball, and we're looking at the same thing we saw a couple drives ago ending in an interception. You want to make sure that if your receiver's not going to catch the ball, nobody's going to catch the ball.
So let's keep an eye on Swain, Price, and Sullivan and see if they try to utilize their big playmakers here on 2nd down and 10. 5:16 to go, 4th quarter.
Yeah, Swain Price has been their big playmaker. He's come up big.
Straight back. He loses control of the ball on the pass. I think there is a flag down. He lost control of that ball.
Yeah, his arm was going forward. No issue at a fumble there, but we're going to see what this penalty is. I'm thinking it's going to be an early hit or an unnecessary roughness call. Jack Conley taking the hit there, but very quick to get back up on his own feet, under his own power.
So Jack is walking off the field as the officials confer. Ball placed down. At midfield, it'll be 2nd down and 10. I'm not sure what the flag was there.
flag looked like it was just for like an early hit, maybe even a defensive pass interference call. But they're giving him the first down here, so you know it was against Marshfield.
Right. So it was pass interference, which gives Stoughton a first down at midfield. 5:11 to go in the game. Along the near sideline for Sullivan, he has it at the 32, first down, 18 yards on that play.
More importantly here, I know there's about 5 minutes left. Sullivan very quick to get out of bounds after that. You try to reserve as much time as you can in these late game situations.
And he made a play there you would expect from a senior.
Oh, very much so. Very mature mindset he has. Very intelligent to get out of bounds there.
They rule he was out of bounds at the 34, so that was 16 yards on that play. First and 10 at the 34. 5:04 to go. So that play didn't take up too much time. Stoughton with an opportunity to score fast and maybe get the ball back later in the quarter, but let's see if they can punch it over. First and 10. He looked like a quarterback draw, but that's going nowhere. A huge loss of about 10.
We saw the quarterback draw work to their success earlier, but right now Marshfield really starting to put the pedal to the metal here and generate some good defensive pressure.
Stoughton's strength is its running game, but really they can't afford to run too many plays right now. It's pass, 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 and that was an 8-yard loss. It'll be second down and 18 at the 41.
No, that's some of the problems you fall into toward the beginning of the game. The mistakes they made put them in this type of situation that requires you to pass, and that's not their strong suit.
Quick play out to the sideline. That falls short. Marcellus Cox was the intended receiver. It'll be third down and very long again. They found themselves in these situations many times tonight.
Yeah, again, what we just alluded to, they're putting themselves in the situations that they're not comfortable dealing with. They're a T formation offense. They need to run the ball to have success, and then they put themselves in passing situations. They find themselves faltering.
Third and long. Salucci. Wide open Swain Price, but he missed him. And that could have been a big play.
Wide open down the left side of the field. And Salucci there just underthrowing his receiver there. That was Swain Price again.
And the misdirection really fooled Marshfield on that. He did a great job of concealing what they were trying to do, but he was just unable to connect there, and that would have been a big play.
No, he had 6 written all over the place. He had the wide open. Nobody was there for Marshfield. Completely fooled on that play. All Swain Price needed to do was catch the ball, but Salucci just underthrew it a bit.
So it is now fourth down, and the place to go for Stoughton is the 23-yard line. So they really need to convert here with 4:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Stoughton down 14. Deep pass over the middle, caught Swain Price. Oh, and he runs over people to go inside the 20. First down, Stoughton. Tough running by Izon Swain Price.
Again, I don't think you can ask much more out of your receiver there. Comes down with the ball, secures it, and just does a great job, because he caught that ball before the line to gain, and does a great job barreling over the necessary defenders and gets himself a first down and keeps Stoughton in this ballgame.
23 yards, the senior captain with a huge play, keeping Stoughton alive here. Salucci, the blitz, misses, and now runs to the right. Big gain, Salucci, inside the 5. They missed getting Salucci on the blitz, and he took off.
No, he made them pay the price for it. He saw the blitz coming in, able to elude a couple tacklers, and then found himself with nice green grass in front of him.
And so, an injury along the far side, and we'll see who that is.
That's Salucci, because we saw him go down to a slide at the end of the play there, and I wasn't sure what the timing was of the hit from Marshfield, but
I tell you what, he has sacrificed himself on a couple plays. The play at midfield earlier in this quarter.
I'll tell you what,
and he's up and he's running off the field.
Yeah, Salucci is not the reason that they're going to lose this ball game. He has put everything out on the field and has sacrificed everything to make sure his team wins this game. And we're going to see Evan Gibb come into the ball game.
And he was in last week in the blowout against Franklin. Down 2 touchdowns with less than 4. It's a tough road to hoe for Stoughton, but it's doable.
And Gibb, another strong athletic family. We know the pedigree of Jake Gibb, his older brother from years past. So let's see what Evan can do in this situation.
So here's Evan Gibb on first and goal at the 4. They go straight up the middle and a big hit, no gain. They tried very hard to go to Justin Lee there, but nothing was available.
And the one thing you can take away from Evan Gibb's performance tonight is he did not turn the ball over because he's out on the field because Salucci's right back in it.
So he sat out one play and is now back in. Tough running by Salucci on this drive.
Well, that's what the requirement is. You go down because of an injury, you're required to take one play off for the stoppage time, but back out on the field the next play.
3:15 to go. Stoughton down 14. Salucci running to his left. Cuts upfield. Touchdown, Salucci.
No surprise there. Salucci just tucks his head down, does what he needs to do, gets over the goal line.
Big block by Andrew Iverson.
Great block there by Iverson. Again, and we talked about it earlier, great job from your offensive line to push forward and allow your playmakers to do what they do best.
So Dave Salucci, the 6'2", 200-pound senior, who has tough shoes to fill. Jake Gibb, the 3-year starter here. Tough position to be in when you replace a really good player, and he is living up to his senior status with some really tough running. He's made some good passes in this game, and it's a close game now with the extra point. And the extra point is no good.
No good, but there's a flag on the play.
That scoring drive, 63 yards, 10 plays, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So 3:06 to go. Let's wait and see what the penalty is here.
So both teams staying out on the field, so it looks like it's going to be against Marshfield here because they have not left, neither side has left the field yet.
So it's 21-13 Marshfield, 3:06 to go in the game, 8-point difference. And he may pass up going for the extra point here and try to go for 2.
They're gaining the extra yard here, so they'll be down on the 1-yard line now to go for this point after. So we'll see what the play call is. Looks like they're going for 2.
Well, they've got Sullivan in there, Swain Price, Cox out to the right. Going for 2. They're not going to get it.
Stopped immediately in the backfield. Marshfield read that play all the way, knowing that they were going to have their power package in there, so they're going to run the ball.
Really, with the way the kicking game has struggled somewhat so far this season, not a bad decision whatsoever. He probably felt like he had a great opportunity from the 1-yard line to go for that.
No, that's something you do see at the high school level more often than not. You see a lot more 2-point conversion attempts rather than relying on your kicking game. And when you're down at the 1-yard line with a senior offensive line, I don't blame Greg Burke at all there for going for 2.
So just to recap some of the scoring in this game, it's 21-13 Marshfield, 3:06 to go in the fourth quarter. Justin Lee had the opening score for Stoughton in the first quarter with a 1-yard touchdown run. But then 2 touchdowns for Marshfield in the second quarter. Brandon Ward with a 62-yard run for a score. That made it 7-7, and then McNeil from 35 yards, the first of his 2 touchdowns, Jack McNeil. That made it 13-7. McNeil then in the third quarter with a 32-yard run for a score. And that made it 21-7. They converted on a 2-point conversion to Ward, and then Salucci with the 4-yard run. It's 21-14 Stoughton here in the fourth quarter. Marshfield here in the fourth quarter.
And we saw earlier with Marshfield going for the onside kick at the start, or toward the end of the second quarter. Obviously, this is an onside kick situation for Stoughton. They need the ball back.
21-13, onside kick, and fielded easily by Marshfield.
I like the idea there that Stoughton was putting on, the misdirection and the very quick onside kick attempt. But for something like that, you need to have everybody on board, and you need to have at least 3 or 4 black shirts down there to try to recover the ball.
we don't have access to the amount of timeouts left that Stoughton has, but whatever they do have in terms of timeouts, they may be using them very quickly.
At this point, Greg Burke might run himself on the field to try to stop the ball if he doesn't have any timeouts left.
1st and 10 at the Marshfield 42, 21-13, 21-13. Marshfield leading, 8-point difference. They have the ball. Really, right now, Lou Silva's hoping his team can just hold on to the ball and not turn the ball over. 1st and 10. Here's Ward, loses 2. Under 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, look for Stoughton here to get some good gang tackling here. Like we mentioned earlier, you want 1 or 2 on the ball carrier. Try to hold them up a little bit, and then you want those secondary defenders to come in and try to knock the ball loose.
They'll use up as much of the 25 seconds as they can. Marshfield ball up 8, 2:30 to go. They run some motion, up the gut goes Parry. That'll bring up 3rd down and a timeout. Stoughton utilizes one of its timeouts, 2:21 to go, down 8.
Yeah, look for Stoughton looking here to pull out all the stops just to try to get the ball back. Such precious time left. They need to get it back, and they need to get it back quick.
So next week, Stoughton is at North Attleboro. They lost last year to North Attleboro. Of course, they're in the Davenport division with the Foxborough Warriors, the Sharon Eagles, the Canton Bulldogs, the Milford Hawks, and North Attleboro. North Attleboro lost its opener to King Philip Regional 19-7. Defeated Stoughton last year 14-6. So that'll be another revenge type game for Stoughton next week, but right now they're still in this one, down 8. Really need to stop here. 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, look for Greg Burke to bring the house here. They need to stop now.
Finney looking over to the sideline. There looks to be a little bit of confusion. And the flag down. Or did they get the timeout?
Flag down, but I think they got the timeout in time. The referee did a good job trying to make sure the play was stopped.
There was obvious confusion there between the sideline and Finney.
Yeah, Finney was trying to read the blitz there and couldn't audible to a play that Lou Silva wanted them to run. But they did get the time off in time.
So again, the situation is 3rd and 9 for Marshfield. And I guess the decision for Coach Silva is, do I try to keep the ball with a long pass play? Or do I run, kill clock, and punt the ball to Stoughton and give them a chance to score 6 and get 2 to tie this game?
I think right now you're looking to rely on your defense. You want to put some faith into it. And if you have to give the ball back, you want to make sure you pin them far enough into their own territory where they need to use a lot of clock to get the ball back into the end zone.
Well, really a crucial play in this game, 3rd and 9. And they're going to run it. There's McNeil again. Tough running close to the 1st down marker, maybe short. Look, he is. So that'll bring up 4th and short. Now you're Lou Silva. What do? Do you try to keep possession and run the clock out, or do you pump the ball?
I think with a 4th and short situation, now you're in Stoughton territory. Look for him to maybe try to draw a penalty here. You might try to draw an offsides. You see coaches try to put that mentality into it, try to implement that strategy, see if they can draw them offsides, because 4th and short, and then you get that quick penalty, this ball game's over.
So this will be an interesting decision here. I would say Stoughton's defense has been good tonight. They've given up some big plays, but it's been a rugged football game, and they've absolutely competed with a powerhouse program. Albeit they've lost a lot of seniors, but Marshfield very tough opponent, and Stoughton was kind of looking at this game to see where they are. You have to say they probably feel like they're in a pretty good place.
Yeah, Stoughton did a good job tonight. Their defense kept them in the ball game. We see the mistakes on offense, and those are things that can be learned over time, that Greg's going to instill in practice. The penalties, the offsides penalties, the holdings, and then talk about the turnovers as well. Those are things that a team will get better at as the season goes on.
Well, it's 4th and short, and they're going to go for it. And I think this is a little bit of a risky move, but they're going to do it. They've been running the ball pretty well. Here's Finney. They give up the middle. It's close, but I think he got it. He did.
Yeah, they're signaling first down, and
that's a big play for Marshfield. And a gutsy call by Lou Silva, deciding not to punt, trusting his offense. He gets the first down, and now it's under 2 minutes to go, and Stoughton really needs a turnover to make any kind of a shot at a tie here.
Yeah, they need Marshfield to make a mistake here, and I don't think that this is the type of ball club that's going to make that mistake here. And I think Lou Silva's found himself in that situation time and time again, that he knew exactly what he was going to do with a 4th and short.
So Stoughton down 8 with 1:59 to go.
And they'll get a quick measurement here. They'll get the chain gang out there just to confirm this.
He got it by wide margin.
Yeah, by about a football's length, they got that first down. No question there.
The Marshfield sideline knew it right away after the completion of the play. They were all very happy. So the ball is past midfield, and unless they get a turnover, this game is probably close to being over.
And again, we don't have confirmation on how many timeouts Stoughton has, but we can assure you that whatever they have left, they'll call it after every play.
1st and 10 at the 48. Marshfield 21, Stoughton 13. Finney, the quarterback. And the senior Parry for a couple.
Yeah, look for them to just sit on the ball here. Absolutely no reason for them to put the ball in the air.
So Stoughton with the timeout. 1:28 to go. 2nd down and 10. Or actually 2nd and a little less than
I'd say second and about 8 right now.
Stoughton, of course, looking to get seeded high throughout the season so that they can have a good seeding come playoff time should they win some games. And you would have to think with 5 seniors on the offensive line, a 3-headed running attack, a quarterback showing a lot of toughness here tonight, that they're in a good position to make the playoffs again.
Yeah, not necessarily a bad. You talk about good wins, bad losses in various games. Not necessarily a bad loss here for Stoughton. I mean, a strong Marshfield team. Yes, they did graduate 27 players, well, whatever the number may be. But this is still a strong program that Stoughton can build off of and go into next week's game against North Attleboro and hold their heads up high. They played a good game against a strong opponent.
2nd down and 8. Here's Parry. It'll be 3rd down. The clock is running with 1:20 to go in the 4th quarter. So 3rd down, the place to go for Marshfield is the 38-yard line.
And I think it's safe to say that Stoughton has exhausted their timeouts for the half, as they would be stopping the clock here, but Burke looks like he's not calling one.
Less than a minute to go, clock running. So if Stoughton stops Marshfield here, there will probably be 1 play left in the game. They work the left side. Ward. Surprised he went out of bounds there.
Yeah, very close to the first down. The saving grace for Stoughton is he did get out of bounds, but if he did cross that line to gain, obviously it's a moot point at this point in the game.
41 seconds to go in the 4th quarter.
And it looks like
it is a first down.
Yep, it looks like they've given them the first down. Marshfield starting to cheer on their sideline. So
So this is the mark of a really tough football team, Marshfield, getting the first downs to keep the drive going and preventing Stoughton from getting the ball back.
And again, as mentioned earlier, don't take this as a bad loss for Stoughton. Playing a good Marshfield team, clean up the offense a little bit, build forward to next week, try to limit the turnovers as best you can, and they're in this ball game without those key turnovers.
And that may be close to the final play of the game. We have 35 seconds to go. They take a knee. They're standing along the stands, the Marshfield fans very happy with a tough, hard-fought victory over Stoughton with 20 seconds and running. All they have to do is take another knee, and that'll be the ball game. With the win, Marshfield will go 2-0, Stoughton will go 1-1, and now it's conference season for the two teams.
Yeah, looking at this from Marshfield's point of view, a good win coming in, a non-conference opponent in Stoughton. You know that they're seasoned, they're going to bring their best game, and a good win by Marshfield here to come into unfamiliar territory and come away with the win.
The final score, the Marshfield Rams 21, the Stoughton Black Knights 13. For Dan Snyder, I'm Steve Vecchione. It's been our pleasure to be bringing you tonight's game on Stoughton Media Access. Good night, everybody.